Have you ever experienced a total solar eclipse? It's a celestial spectacle that has been captivating humans since time immemorial. A total solar eclipse, to put it simply, is when the moon, perfectly aligned, completely obscures the sun. This extraordinary alignment turns day into night and allows us to witness one of nature's most awe-inspiring shows. We are not merely talking about any solar eclipse today, but a unique one, the Great American Eclipse of 2024. So what makes this one so special? First, it's a total solar eclipse, which in itself is rare, occurring at any given location on Earth roughly once every 375 years. But more than that, this particular eclipse has been dubbed the Great American Eclipse for a reason. It's the first total solar eclipse to traverse the breadth of the North American continent, from Mexico to Canada since 1925. This eclipse will offer millions of people the chance to witness the splendor of totality, that fleeting moment when the moon completely blocks the sun, revealing the ethereal beauty of the sun's outer atmosphere, or corona. In the path of totality, that's where the magic happens, where day becomes night, temperature drops, and stars become visible in the middle of the day. It's not just an astronomical event, but also a social and cultural phenomenon. It brings together communities, inspires scientific curiosity, and offers a profound reminder of our place in the vast universe. This eclipse is also unique because it comes at a time when technology allows us to anticipate it, understand it, and share the experience like never before. We can track its path, predict the weather, and even participate in scientific research, all of which we'll explore in the coming sections. So, whether you're an experienced eclipse chaser or this will be your first eclipse, you're in for a treat. Stay tuned to learn everything you need to know about the Great American Eclipse 2024. So, what exactly is the path of totality? You might have heard this term thrown around in astronomy circles or by the person who always seems to know a little bit more about celestial events than you do. The path of totality, in simpler terms, is the belt, typically around 70 miles wide, where the moon completely blocks out the sun during a total solar eclipse. It's the sweet spot, the prime viewing location where the moon's shadow falls directly on Earth and the sun's outer atmosphere, the corona, becomes visible. Quite a spectacle, isn't it? Now let's talk about the Great American Eclipse of 2024. The path of totality for this event will carve across several states in the United States, from Texas to Maine. It's a celestial highway, if you will, with the moon's shadow speeding across the landscape at over 1,000 miles per hour. Starting in Texas, the path of totality will pass through cities like Dallas, Indianapolis in Indiana, and Cleveland in Ohio, before ending in the quaint city of Burlington in Maine. Each of these locations will experience the full spectacle of the eclipse, though the duration of totality will vary. In Dallas, for example, the moon will completely cover the sun for about 4.5 minutes. As the path moves northeast, the duration of totality will gradually decrease. By the time it reaches Burlington, the total eclipse will last just over 3 minutes. But don't think those few minutes are insignificant. Those minutes are when the sun's corona is revealed in all its glory, a sight that has been described as nothing short of breathtaking. It's an ethereal experience, one that has been known to move people to tears with its stark beauty. Being in the path of totality is crucial for the full eclipse experience. Outside of it, you'll only witness a partial eclipse where the moon never completely covers the sun. While still an impressive sight, it's like standing outside a concert venue, hearing the muffled music but never truly experiencing the show. The path of totality offers not just a visual treat, but also a unique sensory experience. As the moon obscures the sun, day turns into night, temperatures drop, and animals often react as if night has fallen. It's an experience that's equal parts awe-inspiring and eerie. So if you're planning to witness the Great American Eclipse of 2024, aim for the path of totality. Make sure to check the specific times for the locations along the path, as the exact moment of totality will vary. Remember, these few minutes of totality are fleeting and will be over before you know it, so be prepared. And most importantly, don't forget to look up and take it all in. The path of totality is where the magic happens, so aim to be there. When should you mark your calendars for this spectacular event? Now let's talk about the when and where of the Great American Eclipse of 2024. The date to remember is April 8th, 2024. The eclipse will commence in the morning hours, but the exact time will vary depending on where you are. For those on the East Coast, the eclipse begins around lunchtime, while for our friends in the Central and Mountain time zones, it will be a mid-morning event. And for those out west, you'll be waking up to this celestial spectacle. Now, where's the best place to be when the moon cloaks the sun? The path of totality, that's the narrow strip where you'll witness a total solar eclipse. Stretches diagonally across North America from Texas to Maine. But not all viewing spots are created equal. Factors like weather and accessibility come into play. For instance, Texas and Mexico offer the longest duration of totality, but they also have the highest risk of cloud cover. On the other hand, the northeastern states, especially Maine, have a lower risk of clouds but a shorter totality duration. Accessibility is also a factor. Urban areas like Dallas, Indianapolis, and Cleveland are directly in the path of totality, making them convenient for many. But if you're an adventurer seeking a more remote and serene eclipse experience, consider locations like the Ozark National Forest in Arkansas or Baxter State Park in Maine. Now let's talk about the crowds. Solar eclipses are a big deal and they attract a lot of spectators. Major cities in the path of totality are likely to be crowded, and accommodations may be booked up well in advance. If you're looking to avoid the masses, consider smaller towns or rural areas. But remember, these places may have limited resources, so plan accordingly. Which brings us to planning your eclipse viewing trip. Start by choosing your viewing location, keeping in mind factors like weather, duration of totality, and crowd sizes. Then make your travel and accommodation arrangements. Booking early is key as places fill up fast. And don't forget to pack your eclipse glasses for safe viewing. On the day of the eclipse, arrive at your viewing spot early. This will give you ample time to set up and soak in the atmosphere before the big show begins. While waiting, you can enjoy other activities like picnicking, stargazing, or photography. And of course, don't forget to look up when the time comes. Remember, witnessing a total solar eclipse is a rare and awe-inspiring experience. It's like nothing else on Earth, so whether you choose to join the crowds in a bustling city or seek solitude in a quiet corner of nature, the most important thing is that you're there to witness it. Plan ahead to secure your spot under the darkened sun. Now let's talk about safety. When it comes to witnessing the marvel of a total solar eclipse, protecting your eyes should be your top priority. The sun, even when partially obscured, emits incredibly intense light that can cause serious damage to your eyes, known as solar retinopathy. So, how do we gaze upon this cosmic dance safely? Enter solar eclipse glasses. These aren't your average sunglasses. Oh no, they're specially designed with a solar filter that blocks out all harmful light, allowing only a minuscule amount of sunlight to pass through. This makes it safe for you to observe the sun directly without risking your sight. But here's the catch. Not all solar eclipse glasses are created equal. Some unscrupulous vendors might try to sell you substandard or counterfeit glasses. So it's crucial to know how to identify certified safe eclipse glasses. Certified eclipse glasses meet the ISO 12312 international safety standard. They should have this printed somewhere on them. Additionally, they should have the manufacturer's name and address. If you can't find these details, or if you can see ordinary household lights through the glasses, they're not safe to use. Also, make sure your glasses are in good condition. If they're scratched, punctured, torn, or otherwise damaged, don't use them. Even a tiny amount of unfiltered sunlight can harm your eyes. Now, during the brief period of totality, when the moon completely obscures the sun, it's safe to remove your glasses. You'll be able to see the sun's ethereal corona, a sight that's as beautiful as it is rare. But as soon as the sun begins to reappear, put your glasses back on, and there you have it. With the right precautions, you can safely marvel at one of nature's most awe-inspiring spectacles. Remember, safety first when it comes to enjoying this celestial spectacle. Weather plays a big role in eclipse viewing. Just as the clouds can make or break a day at the beach, the same goes for the viewing of a solar eclipse. Clear skies are the canvas on which this celestial masterpiece is painted, and anything less might mean missing out on the spectacle altogether. When the moon kisses the sun, casting its shadow upon the earth, it's a delicate dance obscured by the thinnest veil of cloud cover. The diamond ring effect, Bailey's beads, the corona's ethereal glow, These are visions that demand an unobstructed sky. So, how's the weather looking for that all-important day, the 8th of April, 2024? With the date drawing closer, weather predictions are becoming more reliable. Meteorologists are keeping a keen eye on the conditions, and early indications suggest a mixed bag across the path of totality. In the south, Texas and Arkansas are expected to bask in the glory of sunny skies. The north, however, may not be as fortunate, with states like Maine and Vermont potentially battling cloud cover. But remember, weather is a fickle friend, and these are just predictions. The best regions for clear skies are typically those with historically low rainfall in early April. These include areas in the southwestern Texas and the Mexican highlands. But don't just pack your bags for these regions yet. Keep in mind the accessibility and potential crowd sizes. But what if the weather decides not to cooperate on the day? Well, one of the best strategies is to stay mobile. If you're in a region with a high probability of cloud cover, consider having a backup location in mind, preferably a short drive away. Another strategy is to embrace technology. There are plenty of weather apps out there that can provide real-time updates. Set one up to alert you of any changes in the forecast for your chosen location. Don't let a little cloud cover deter you, though. Even under less than perfect conditions, the experience can still be profound. As day turns into night and the temperature drops, you'll feel an eerie stillness, a sense that something extraordinary is happening above, even if it's hidden from view. And remember, it's not just about that couple of minutes of totality. It's about the entire journey, the excitement of the build-up, the camaraderie of fellow eclipse chasers, and the shared anticipation of something truly out of this world. So, as we count down to the Great American Eclipse of 2024, it's important to keep a close watch on the weather. But most importantly, have a plan B, stay adaptable and embrace whatever the day brings. After all, it's not just the sun and the moon that make an eclipse, it's also the Earth and its ever-changing atmosphere playing their vital roles in this cosmic ballet. Stay flexible and keep an eye on the forecast. While the eclipse is the main event, there's a lot more to consider. When the moon's shadow sweeps across the Earth, it's not just an astronomical phenomenon, it's a celestial celebration that draws crowds from all corners of the globe. And with this influx of eager stargazers, travel and traffic can be a bit of a challenge. Major highways and rural routes alike will feel the surge, especially in the path of totality. So it's wise to plan your route ahead of time and leave plenty of room for unexpected delays. And speaking of delays, don't forget to factor in some extra time for celestial traffic jams. Yes, you heard that right. It's not uncommon for skywatchers to pull over and set up shop right on the roadside to catch the best view. So be patient, be safe, and remember, we're all here for the same astronomical spectacle. Now, on to accommodations. Hotels, motels, campsites, and even private residences along the path of totality are likely to be booked solid well in advance of the eclipse. So, if you haven't secured your lodgings yet, it's high time you did. And don't limit yourself to the traditional options. Consider vacation rentals, home sharing, or even a night under the stars. Just make sure to pack your sleeping bag and a sturdy tent. The Great American Eclipse isn't just a sky show, it's a community event. Many towns and cities in the path of totality are planning a host of local events and festivals to celebrate the eclipse. From astronomy lectures and star parties to eclipse-themed concerts and art shows, there's something for everyone. So, take the opportunity to immerse yourself in the local culture and make your eclipse experience all the more memorable. But with all the excitement, it's essential not to overlook safety. Local authorities in many areas are making emergency preparations to ensure the well-being of both residents and visitors. Temporary medical stations, increased police presence, and dedicated emergency lanes are just some of the measures being taken. It's also worth noting that cellular networks may be overwhelmed due to the influx of people, so have a backup plan for communication and navigation. And finally, remember that this is a natural event, and as such, it's subject to the whims of Mother Nature. While local authorities and event organizers will do their best to ensure everyone's safety, it's vital that you also take personal responsibility. Ensure you have plenty of water, food, and essential supplies, and keep an eye on the weather forecast. In a nutshell, a successful eclipse trip requires a bit of forethought and preparation. But don't let this deter you. Instead, think of it as part of the adventure. After all, the thrill of anticipation is half the fun. Be prepared, and your eclipse trip will be a memorable one. Total solar eclipses are not just beautiful, they're scientifically fascinating too. These cosmic events are a treasure trove for scientists, providing unique opportunities to study the sun and its mysterious outer atmosphere, or corona. During an eclipse, when the moon perfectly aligns with the sun, it creates a natural darkroom, revealing the corona's ethereal glow. This allows scientists to observe and analyze features that are otherwise hidden by the sun's blinding brightness. The Great American Eclipse of 2024 is no exception. This event is anticipated to generate a wealth of data that could lead to groundbreaking discoveries. Scientists from around the world are planning various research projects and experiments, from studying the effects of the eclipse on Earth's atmosphere to probing the sun's magnetic field. Some will be launching high-altitude balloons to capture images and collect atmospheric data, while others will be using advanced telescopes to measure the corona's temperature and density. But the excitement isn't just for the professionals. The 2024 eclipse presents an incredible opportunity for citizen science as well. Organizations across the globe are encouraging people to get involved, offering a range of projects that anyone can participate in. For example, you might contribute to a nationwide effort to record and compile eclipse experiences, or you could participate in a project to document changes in animal behavior during the eclipse. There's even an initiative to create a mega movie of the eclipse, gathering images from thousands of volunteers to create a continuous view of the eclipse as it crosses the country. Whether you're using a high-end camera or a smartphone, your observations and recordings can contribute to our collective understanding of this celestial phenomenon. So as you prepare to witness the awe-inspiring spectacle of the sun being momentarily blotted out by the moon, remember that you're not just a spectator. You're part of a global community of eclipse chasers, amateur astronomers, and curious minds. You can be part of something bigger during the Great American Eclipse 2024. Every eclipse is unique, and so are the experiences that come with it. Let's dive into some intriguing encounters and fascinating facts that make each eclipse memorable. Imagine the bustling city of Austin, Texas. It's home to the largest urban bat colony in North America. During an eclipse, the sudden darkness can cause these nocturnal creatures to stir, creating an unexpected midday flight spectacle. It's a sight to behold, but it's not only bats that react to the eclipse. Across the world, birds have been observed returning to their nests, flowers closing their petals, and spiders dismantling their webs, all tricked by the artificial twilight. The natural world is full of surprises during an eclipse. Now let's talk about the creative ways people have come up with to enhance their eclipse experience. Some folks in the past have used disco balls to project hundreds of tiny eclipses around their viewing area. It's a bit of a party trick, but it certainly adds a touch of sparkle to the event. Eclipses have also held significant cultural and historical importance. For instance, during an eclipse in ancient Greece, a war was put on hold as the event was seen as a sign from the gods. In more recent history, the 1919 solar eclipse provided the first experimental proof for Einstein's theory of relativity. And here's a fun fact. Did you know that the longest total solar eclipse in recorded history lasted a whopping 7.5 minutes? That occurred over the Indian Ocean back in 1973. The 2024 eclipse, however, will last just over 4 minutes at its maximum. Still plenty of time to enjoy the spectacle. Eclipses have fascinated us for centuries, and they continue to do so, offering us unique experiences and sparking our curiosity. From unexpected animal behavior to historical events and clever viewing techniques, there's always something new to learn and discover. Each eclipse is a once-in-a-lifetime event, and this one will be no different. So let's get ready to make some unforgettable memories with the Great American Eclipse of 2024. We've covered a lot of ground today. From understanding what makes the Great American Eclipse of 2024 so special, to the path of totality and the best spots for viewing this celestial spectacle. We've emphasized the importance of eye protection and how to identify safe eclipse glasses. And we've delved into the weather forecasts and local preparations along the path of totality. We've also explored the scientific significance of this event and the unique experiences it offers, from observing the reactions of Austin's bats to enhancing the experience with a disco ball. But let's not forget the main takeaway here. Planning ahead and prioritizing safety are key to making the most of this extraordinary event. So get your certified eclipse glasses, map out your viewing spot, consider the weather, and be ready for an astronomical spectacle that's as scientifically fascinating as it is breathtakingly beautiful. The Great American Eclipse 2024 promises to be an unforgettable experience. That's all for today. We've journeyed together, delving into the fascinating world of solar eclipses, specifically the Great American Eclipse of 2024. From understanding what makes this event so special to learning how to best experience it, we hope you're now equipped with everything you need to know. As we draw to a close, we'd like to extend a heartfelt thank you for joining us on this celestial adventure. If you found this content informative and engaging, consider subscribing to our channel and sharing this video with others who might be interested. Your support enables us to continue creating content that feeds your curiosity and expands your understanding of the universe. We would also like to acknowledge the team of astronomers, researchers, and content creators who have made this video possible. Their dedication and hard work have been instrumental in bringing the wonders of the cosmos right to your screen. Until next time, clear skies and happy eclipse viewing.